in year two, you start to have better relationships with your players. They get more comfortable with the coaching staff, and we've had a good balance of senior leadership and then some key players that got a lot of experience last year. And at the end of the year, you want to be playing with confidence and have momentum, and I feel really lucky that that's where we are right now.
Outside of your expectations, did any of it kind of pleasantly surprise you a little bit that it was able to rise that quickly, or were you expecting this year?
I thought last year we had a good, first year for our, kind of build our foundation and the culture of the program. And then we had some good players, transfer in, and, our juniors got a ton of experience as sophomores. So I thought that we would do pretty well. A little surprised about how well we did on the road. We got some big wins on the road that the team, I think, really enjoyed. Winning at Arizona State, Dayton, GW. I think those all helped our confidence level. So, no, it's pretty much where I expected us to be.
What does this team do better now that thought could be a real detriment for us at the start of the season?
That's a good point, and we just had our coaches meeting. We were watching film this morning. One of the things I think in the last week and a half we started doing much better is move without the ball in our hands and get some post touches and get the ball in the paint more. I think in the earlier part of the season or some of the games that we struggled, we were taking some really hard shots, and a lot of it had to do more with our lack of movement. So I think we've worked on that, and they've done a really good job of playing off of each other a little bit better.
How difficult is it this time of year in a tournament to not know who you're playing until 24 hours beforehand? And the fact that you've seen them already makes it a little bit easier, but really, what can you do up until those two finish their game?
Yeah, it's different. You usually know going in who you're playing and your preparation. We've been balancing, in practice the last couple of days, doing some stuff that will help us prepare for Davidson and Richmond. Obviously, having Davidson as our last game helps a little bit because they've gone through all of that prep pretty recently. Richmond was, a few games ago. So, but yeah, it's a little bit of a balancing act with just trying to make sure we're ready for both of them.
We've always kind of prided ourselves, our big benefit of this team has been its depth, especially when Camilo going down, it's kind of the next person to step up. How much of a benefit is that to you that be able to have confidence in a pretty deep bench?
Yeah, your goal is to win 4 games in 4 days, and to be able to do that, I think you got to have your legs, especially the way that we play. We want to be that high pressure team. We want to run. We want the game to go up and down, and if you have a small bench, that's hard to do. And I think that experience that a lot of our players got during the year.
We're playing great together, so if we keep this up and keep our momentum going, I just see great things happen.
A couple of people that haven't played down at the Coliseum are kind of in this setting, but the seniors kind of pull them aside and say, hey, this is what this is all about. This is kind of what the emotion's going to be like.
I think our team's just excited about going to stay in the hotel. We're treating it like a road game. We are on the road. We are all the way down Broad Street. It's a whole different part of downtown. Road warriors. Enjoy the Marriott, and let's have a good time with it. But no, yeah, I think at this time of year, you look at all the teams, that are playing well. They're being led by, their upperclassmen. They have a sense of urgency. They don't want their year to end. And I think you'll see that on all of the tournament games, just the upperclassmen leading the way with how they play.
Richmond and Davidson, I know you beat both this year. Does it matter who you play?
It doesn't. We beat them both. We lost to both. I think they're both very well-coached teams. They play differently. Richmond has some explosive guards that really score, and then Davidson kind of has their big three, where they have their post presence, and then Hannah Early. She played really well. On Saturday. So it's one of those you just want to know who you're playing and be ready to get after it. But no, I don't think we have a preference.
Coach Schaefer over at Richmond has talked before about kind of the importance of having the tournament here in Richmond and it being an opportunity to really showcase women's basketball in the area. What do you guys as coaches feel you have to do to kind of get some enthusiasm around it, get more people in the building, kind of really just raise it up a little bit?
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. I think women's coaches in general have to be very actively involved in their community, from clinics, from getting your players out, because I do think to build the fan base, it's based on relationships, and our players are phenomenal. with young kids, with just some of the different groups that we've been a part of. So I do think it is on us. I think coaches do need to take a big role in trying to build their fan base, something that we try to do. And I think, as we continue to win and keep being involved, I think our fan base here will not only increase during the year, but then also, help us when we're playing down at the Coliseum.
Chance of snow on Friday. The way the season's gone, what are the odds that could affect
I mean, that's another good thing. I mean, we went to Rhode Island. Our flight was canceled because of the snow. We beat George Mason after a tornado. Bring on that snow. We want it, let's give us a delay, some ice. I don't know. Any of it would be great. We love now, the weather. Anything that can be unusual adds to us.
I don't have the standings in front of me, but wasn't it 3 teams at 13-3, and so then 2 below that? You guys have been playing well at the end of the season. I hate to ask a cliche like this and give you a chance to answer with a cliche, but it looks like it's kind of wide open. The 5th seed could very well be in the championship game, which is either the 3 or the 2.
Yeah, I think I would agree. You look at this season, the A-10 all year, you couldn't really predict who was going to win games. It was a 3-way tie at the top. Then, Bonaventure was right ahead of us. We've won 2 of those top 4 games, and then the other 2 were all decided in the last minute of the game. So, I think it really is. I don't know if you'd want to bet on who's going to win the tournament. I think it's going to be exciting that way. Every game is going to be a battle, and I think, like I said, I think it'll be teams that have their upperclassmen playing really well and playing with urgency from the start that really are going to pull out some of those upsets and obviously continue to play on in the tournament.